know anything, then you can definitely find out yourself.
Bam. So one time, y'all, we was goddamn out. Me and my partner. I'm gonna give you a rundown real quick. You hear me, boo?
I hear you clearly. What's good?
Nigga, I ain't do nothing to you, bro. Listen.
No, I said I hear you clearly.
My
What's
bad.
good?
Oh man, I was saying about how them other niggas jumped us and shit, bruh.
Oh, you talking about something else? Oh, okay.
What you talking about?
I'm talking about this book right here.
That book. Oh, what that book is?
It's called Noble Drew Ali, Exhuming of a Nation.
You Muslim?
Nah, Muslim is a seed of Hagar. That comes from the East. So when people say they Muslim, they think they black Muslims. They no such thing as black Muslims. Those are the Berbers. They came from Africa before the continent divided. They say that you had, say for example, Noah's Ark, and it was a flood.
Hey,
It wasn't no flood,
hey,
man. A lot of it's just a bunch of lies, bro.
please,
My bad.
please. Um, you about to pop your shit. What's up, Shy? What? You about you ain't gotta do it. Listen, uh, let me put you down to some shit. Let me exercise your brain, fool. 2 plus 2 could equal 4, right?
Of course.
Then how the hell 0 plus 4 equals 4? Now just think about that shit. Who the fuck made up numbers?
You said 0 plus.
4. Who the hell made up
You said
numbers?
0 plus.
No,
You might mean 0 times.
no. Listen. If we didn't have numbers, we wouldn't have letters, right? Right?
Okay.
What the hell I mean then?
I
Yeah.
don't I don't know. You telling me. I'm trying to figure it out. Show me.
Oh, okay. I just thought you know. Okay. If we didn't have numbers, we wouldn't have letters. So each letter mean a number. W mean 26. If you put it upside down, it's all spelled in the letter. I'm trying to.
Right.
So T, like if I can spell your name, Rael, that's a whole code to the secret society. You can break the whole matrix by just understanding your name. Right. Preach, preach, preach. Let me keep going. Hold on. Real quick.
See, that's what we get. See, everybody think they got right knowledge, but they don't want to hear nothing. Cause the social media crew of people, they came along, they in that frequency of the attention span, the frequency of high perception. They catch and speed. High perception. They catch and speed a lot faster than some of us that was here before the internet age. So, you have to bear with them and allow them to be able to catch up. They think they allow them to be able to catch up. They think they're ahead of you. But what they are is that they are ahead of you, but they're speeding and they're missing things as they go. So, we have to teach them to be able to slow down and focus. So, you don't get, funky with people. And that's the whole thing. The religious thing, it'll tell you is straight strife, man. Straight strife. Anytime you allow somebody to go ahead and do that. I mean, I open the door for people to come in to talk to somebody's indoctrinated into some programming. Somebody's indoctrinated into some programming that they need to fix, unlearn, and relearn. That they need to fix, unlearn, and relearn. Right knowledge, but as far as trying to tell somebody about freedom, trying to tell them about a name, they want to go into every philosophy that has absolutely no saving power to be able to change the outcome of your circumstances. And that's what the brother asked. He asked us. He said, all of you, Muslims, I'll put it that way. If you feel that your conditions can be better. So a lot of us, apparently we out here and we don't feel our conditions can be better. Why would you not feel your conditions can be better? Because you feel like you've arrived, you own a house, or you have a mortgage, or you struck it rich and got your first million. Money don't make the man, nor the clothes. But we are reared, should I say, in a society that teaches us that our main concerns on this planet and on this earth is food, clothing, and shelter. Food, shelter, and clothing. And yet I would ask the question to many of you who have all of this so-called right knowledge, and you preaching Bibles and zodiacs and 12 tribes of Judah and everything else, and then when somebody say something to you, you like, Malachi York. We on the Malachi York. But the whole foundation of Malachi York came from Drew Ali, because before Drew Ali, Malachi York couldn't get the information that he used in order to be able to come to his conclusions in the first place. You couldn't get that in America. Malachi York would have had to go out of the country before 1913 in order to know what he knew, because it was not known in America after the plummet over the head with the setting Moore until 1913. So he came along after the fact. And you still want to point to him? It ain't no different from pointing to Elijah Muhammad. Drew Ali pulled the covers off all of the secret societies, not the messenger. And no matter what they've accomplished, they've not given you back what he's given you. They've not come with the saving power that he's come. As a matter of fact, they've obstructed and hidden it from people because they don't want you to know. Maybe they don't understand it, or they can't master it. But Drew Ali mastered it, and he taught us to master it. And then many of us have done it and are doing it to this day. Restored our 2/5 and are reaping the benefits of being free nationals. And you still out here talking about Bibles and horographs and horoscopes and zodiacs, constitutions and all of this. I'm just asking, where the power that saves? Where's the reattachment to the human family? Where's the recognition in your own free national name? Where's the reattachment to the human family? Where's the recognition in your own free national name? In any of that? You call yourself a Hebrew Israelite. That's not a nationality. You call yourself a Hebrew Israelite. That's not a nationality. The majority of your doctrine is based on that which was created for the pale-skinned nations of Europe for their earthly salvation. And you don't even recognize it. Don't belong to you. None of it. Absolutely none of it. So I'm asking, who can come forth and take the challenge? Because if you have a Bible in your home, you should have this book as well. And that's the only thing I'm trying to point out to you. You don't have to take any instructions from me. Take this book as a teaching guide. We call it the Book of Fire because it is a study guide. And it teaches you everything that you should have known about the world you live in and what belongs to you, as opposed to what you think belongs to you because it was given to you by the European man. Now see, I'm going to say it again. They came to this land with a Bible and a plan. They got you on your knees while they continue to stand. And when you got up, you had the Bible and they had the land. You don't even go back far enough to understand what your origins are. And this is one of the programmings. They teach you to go back just far enough to see that they exist. because we was walking planet mud before they ever existed on the planet in the first place. We are the original people. We are a product of the land. We are Asiatic and Muslim on this continent. Not Muslim, not the seed of Hagar, not Arabian, which we created through the Berber brand. Because Muslims are made. Muslims are born, and you can get a Google search that'll tell you that they're the same thing. But I'm telling you, I am a Muslim, and I know the difference between a Muslim and a Muslim. Because most of the time, people say Muslims is associated directly with the religion, so there is no difference between the religion and the word Muslim in the East in the first place. But when you say a Muslim here in the West, you talking about the Indian, the copper-colored man, the Asiatic original. That's who you were speaking of, the Moorish national. So what I'm telling you is that there's saving power here. Ain't no saving power in your Septuagint. There ain't no saving power in your Holy Bible. None whatsoever. It's not going to get you the 2/5 back that they stole, that made you 3/5 of all others. The prisoner of war. And then when they were able to rewrite history, they called it slavery. So we just all discombobulated. We don't know about George Washington and the cherry tree. But I bring up Noble Drew Ali, and the first thing you start talking is Malachi York and Elijah Muhammad. Where you think they got that knowledge from? This is the original here. If it's coming from yours, that belongs to you, based on the 5 highest principles known to man, it came from the prophet Noble Drew Ali. And you talking about Jesus, and there is no historical figure in the real world by the name of Jesus. It is a false prophet by name in itself. And you really can't see that. Why could you not be able to see that? So all I'm saying to you is, if you have a Bible, explore this. Find out how you can get the 2/5 back that made you 3/5 of all others, and an issue that not one of us has addressed. And they over here killing us with sovereign immunity, and we wondering why they can get away with it, because you are nothing but property of the corporation that's standing as government on your land. And that's exactly what's going on here. But when we try to tell it to you, and you over here in your Bible, you get angry and you never learn to love instead of hate. So you start shooting the people down, talking about they don't want no knowledge, they don't want this, that. What we trying to tell you, brother, is that nobody can save you but you. Ain't gonna be no chariots coming out of the sky, no sky daddy, and no rapture to come get you, man. Christianity and all this Christian stuff that they doing here in America was created for their earthly, by their forefathers. Their forefathers brought them that from Rome for their earthly salvation. You, the people of the land, man, you have a divine and earthly salvation. That's why they took the 2/5 away from you that made you 3/5 of others, all others, because it is your nationality. Just like Chinese people are from the nation of China. What is a black people a nation of? And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Denationalize their birth, and that's an international crime you the victim of. And when somebody try to tell you something, the first thing you start talking about is, oh, Jesus, Lord, Lord, Lord. That ain't going to help you, man. That ain't going to help you. None of that is going to give you what you need. And I'm telling you right now that basically this is how it works. If you want your freedom in this world from the tyranny, you ain't gonna find it in a book. But if there's anything that's gonna guide you, it ain't gonna be the Bible, it's gonna be this one right here. I'm telling you, right here under your nose. You sitting here talking about Jesus and how he's the Messiah and all these other things. And if that's what you want to believe, then believe, but get to some fruition, get to some knowing. And what I know is that every prophet is an incarnation of the other. And if there was a Yehoshua that they called Jesus, the man on the stick that y'all know that's supposed to have resurrected from the in 3 days when they was literally talking about from Friday to Sunday. It's all nonsense, man. And if you use your critical thinking, you can see that one truth don't contradict another. So if you start seeing things that don't seem right, then you know it's no truth to it. But I'm speaking to my people. I'm speaking to the people, the Asiatic people of the land. And that's one of the things that he teaches us. That if you think you know more by looking at them, you burnt up from the start. Because we come in all shades and colors and textures. You hear what I'm saying? You got a title of nobility that you can trace back before they stop allowing these titles with a corporation acting as government. And all I'm trying to do is tell you that this is power. Noble Drew Ali, exhuman of a nation. And if you have a Bible, you think you spiritual, this will open your eyes. Because the things that you thought that you knew about the world, you about to find out what the real world is about. Every secret society cover will be removed by this book, All Truth, and it has a worldwide challenge for anybody that can refute anything in this book is not fact. And it's been around for a long time and ain't nobody did that. So you tell me it ain't the truth. The Book of Fire, Noble Drew Ali, exhuman of a nation. If you got a Bible and you don't have this, you don't know what's going on in the world. You still indoctrinated to another man's religion because Christianity was created by their forefathers in Rome for their earthly salvation. You, my people, the people of the land, the Asiatic of the earth, have an earthly and divine salvation based on the 5 highest principles known to man: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And this is the only man that brought you nationality and divine creed in the history of this world. The world you call the United States of America, the corporation acting as government since 1871. Right knowledge, facts over fiction, over nonsense and distraction. And if you want to know it, like and subscribe. Come to my page, explore some of the videos and learn what you were never taught. To love instead of hate. Because that's all we got out here. The moment somebody disagrees with you, the first thing you want to do is hate them up. You don't even want to look at them and hear what they got to say about things that's going on in the world. You just want to hate. I'm like, oh, I don't like you. I don't like you. You talking about Jesus. But can you prove that a Jesus existed? And you talking about 2,000 years ago, man, in the 1500s, there wasn't no letter J. So what are you talking about? And then if my flock will know my name and another will not follow, then he's saying that you know him by his true name. And if you out here calling him Jesus, then you don't know him by his true name and you are not part of the flock in the first place. See, because we following after the gods of Europe in which we know nothing of, and that's the breaking of the covenant that you have with your creator, not to follow those that you created. That's right. I said it. I'm telling people that this is the topic that basically, if you have a Bible in your home, that you should have this book. This is one of the most important books of our time. And people don't understand what it is. They don't understand anything about the man, the prophet, Noble Drew Ali, and what he brought to America and to us as a people. So it's just a study guide that'll teach you a lot. But see, the thing about this particular book is it's been pirated because nobody wants you to know that it exists. It has a worldwide challenge to refute anything in the book as being not factual, and that worldwide challenge has been issued since 2007, and nobody's come forth to be able to refute this book and its entirety. So you know that worldwide challenge extends to you as well. So you can get the book and try to refute it as well. And I mean, I would tell you, scholars as well, all over the globe have tried to refute this book and have not come up with anything that they can say is not accurate.
Sound like I might be interested in reading it.
So now the thing I was trying to say about the book is that it's been pirated for quite some time. So they don't want you to have this book. They will jack the price up all over the place, but we sell a book for somewhere in the neighborhood of $79, $80. If you try to get it anywhere else, you're going to be paying triple and double that price because this book is being pirated. by those who do not want you to have it. So if you are interested in getting it, you can inbox me. I'll show you how to get it for less than $80 or between $79. That's the least that you can get it. If you can find it for less than that, then pick it up, because you're not going to find it any less than $79 in any place other than us, who we sell it actually from the author that created the book sells it for $79, and I could plug you directly into him so you can buy it. But any place else, you're gonna be paying $200, $150, a whole lot more. Period. So that's why I try to tell people, if you have a Bible, because this is one of the prophecies, and he has prophecies, and there's not one of them that he said since 1913 that has not come correct, or the ones that are due to come correct. He even said that every nation will turn against the United States. Do you see that prophecy coming true?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So, and I decided to do this because I came to a brother's live, and I wanted to introduce the book to him, and he shot me down. So once he realized what I was saying, they started to try to slander the brother Noble Drew Ali, because they don't know anything about him. And then they said, well, we got Malachi York. And I'm saying to myself, and I tried to inform him, look, man, Malachi York wouldn't have not known anything to come to any conclusion if Noble Drew Ali wouldn't have brought this right knowledge in 1913. So Malachi York is a student, just like Farrakhan and Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X. All of these teachings are students of Noble Drew Ali's teachings. And they didn't do nothing but take it and remix it. So he's got the purest form of it with the saving power. Everybody else took it, remixed it, because they wanted to make money out of it. So when you start saying people talking about, oh, Noble Drew Ali, they don't know what they're talking about, because it wouldn't be no Malcolm X and no Elijah Muhammad, because they got their teachings directly from Noble Drew Ali. And then they turned around and remixed it. And they tell you straight in the Quran, do not take these teachings and do the wrong things with it. And that's exactly what they did. So let me ask you as well, have you ever heard of the creation and fall of man, chapter 1 of the Moorish Holy Quran?
No.
Well, do you know your nationality, or do you have a religion?
That's the Muslim Bible.
No. Well, that's the thing. People say Muslim, but they don't recognize what a Muslim or a Muslim is. Because if you Google Muslim and Muslim, it'll come up the same thing, but they're not the same thing.
Oh.
A Muslim, a Muslim is a seed of Hagar from the east, and it originated from the Arabians, and that's their religion and their version of Islam, which is Allah Akbar, which they would turn around Sunni, Shia, and warring within themselves. They face the Kaaba, which is a physical outpost of a symbolism, which is idol worship.
Yeah.
A Muslim is that. A Muslim is us, the ones that lost our creed. We face true East, which is within. And everything that we do is based on love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. We don't do no Allah Akbar and then turn around and chop a man's hand and head off, because that's wrong knowledge. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they got it mixed up, and they think that, you know, our Islam is the same thing as that al-Islam over the East is. That is something that is a derivative and a spin-off of Christianity. It is not the true religion of our people. It is not the true way of life before the word religio ever came into existence, which just means return to the source or to honor thy essence. And so a lot of these things that, you know, I'm speaking of, you can learn some of these things in the book, but Moorish science is where I'm coming from, okay? So I'm not just telling you from the Moorish Holy Quran, and then the Grand Quran is what they have. So that's the one you're talking about, the Muslims. So yeah, and that's Nation of Islam and the rest of them, they think that they can be black Muslims, but they can't be black Muslims. They twisted it. They remixing what was given to them by their forefathers because it didn't have no saving power. They realized that we wasn't going to be able to be free into the year 2000. And if it was 1950, they knew that they wasn't going to be able to accomplish anything but giving a message. So they decided that they wanted to earn it. They wanted to rally people. And this comes from Elijah Muhammad, his own memoirs. He said in the mosques, in the temples with Noble Ali, and he learned all of these things so that he can create the Nation of Islam. So this is going to teach you how to get everything back. It'll teach you how to attach yourself to the land so that nobody can say that you are African American and then send you off to a gulag, which is what is going on right now with the birthright citizenship thing. Because we don't have no attachment to this land. And this is all it's doing. It's reattaching you to the land, giving you back your attachment to the human family. Because right now, if you are denationalized at birth, that means that they can do whatever they want to do to you by force. You don't have any human rights at this point. People don't want to understand it and they don't want to accept that it is a fact. Your birth certificate. Look at your driver's license. They put a nom de guerre on everything and you accept it because it's a contract. A nom de guerre is an all capital letter name in wording. Check any document that you have that was issued by these people, and I guarantee you it's in all capital letters. So you're dealing in a system that's been going on for quite some time, but it is evolved, and it is still just another system of subjugation and slavery.
Yeah, that's true.
So we out here thinking we free.
I never felt I was free.
Miss a payment and you'll see how free you are, right?
Right.
But like I said, Noble Jew Ali, Exhuming of a Nation. We call it the Book of Fire. We have national status as Moorish Americans, and that we are not classified. So therefore, when you don't have your nationality, what happens is that you become under the contract, should I say under the code, which is colorable law. And that's what I was trying to explain about sovereign immunity. They couldn't get away with any of this if we had our free national name, our divine creed, and we can't establish this through any courtroom. We got to do it ourselves. So each and every one of us got to save ourselves by a proclamation. We got to proclaim our nationality before the government in which we live and the nations of the earth so we can get back our rightful estate. And they're saying this book will teach you how to do that. Nobody, not Malcolm X, none of them brought you this. Not Martin Luther King, not no Bible, no King. None of them brought you this. I know a brother that pulled up $34 trillion and is holding the debt. We have in Geneva, Switzerland, a mandate for this land. All we got to do is just take back our L's and our bays. That's how close we are, and they know we are. So they trying to destroy everything that's black, and we clinging to the titles that they gave us. If black was a slave title in 1865, how we running around talking about we black and we don't realize what we're doing? So you mean to tell me if black was the title they gave us as slaves that made us 3/5 of all others, as soon as we get out of slavery, we still gonna be wearing the black title, chasing them, talking about we citizens? Do that make any critical thinking sense to you?
Nope.
So what I'm saying is that this is the only man that taught us right knowledge, how to be free national beings. If you have a mind, a body, and a spirit, you have a nationality and a divine creed, that makes a whole hand, right? But if they take away your nationality and your divine creed, that makes you 3/5 of all others. He just telling you how to get back your nationality and your divine creed. So nobody can deny you things that humans get and be talking about they can kill you and they got sovereign immunity. Freedom, real freedom. And it ain't no freedom, it ain't no saving power in no Bible and in no freaking Hebrew Israelites and all that nonsense that people be talking about. It's not nonsense. I mean, I don't mean it's nonsense, but I mean it's not going to save you. This is saving power.
I understand. But you know what? I always felt like the Bible never made sense to me.
What?
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What? Speak it.
I said, I never felt like the Bible ever made sense to me. I said, I never felt like the Bible ever made sense to me. I never could make sense of it.
I can tell you one, like I said, Creation and Fall of Man, chapter 1 of the Moorish Holy Quran. You read that, and I guarantee you, every parable that you've ever read and couldn't understand is going to fall in the line. Your mind is going to click. If you can read and study that first chapter and understand what it means, everything is going to start making sense. So get it, guaranteed. Chapter 1, Moorish Holy Quran. Creation and Fall of Man. It tells you how we began in human form. So now how you gonna know what you're dealing with when you don't even know who you are and you can't take yourself back to the beginning? That's what Drew Ali did. Told us to know ourselves. Don't let nobody put no names on you and accept those names. African American. Come on, man. That's why they got us in the trick bag, because they done put these names on us and we hold them like they dear. We black and proud. That's the most craziest nonsense I've ever heard in my life. Black. Civil lit or mortus means you have no standing in law, but you out here talking about something, I'm happy to be black. Where's your critical thinking? Where's your thinking at all when you know that white means purity and black means death? We're not playing color games. This is a free national being speaking to you, telling you what the real is. That no one should be able to take away your descendant nation unless his power extends beyond the most high creator. And their power don't extend beyond the one that created you. So how they gonna give you a name and you gonna wear it and act like you ain't a slave? You give names to your pets and your property. So somebody placed a name like Black and African American on you and you wearing it and you talking about you ain't a slave or property? Then what's wrong with you? What is your name? What is your nation state? You ain't gonna find it in the Bible. But your man Drew Ali brought it to you. And every time I bring it up to my people, they run away talking about, oh, I don't know about that. Because it belonged to you. That's why you don't know what it is, because it belonged to you. And the Masonic secret is that you are Harem Abif. And you supposed to be in the shallow grave of mental slavery forever and a day. And that's their covenant to each other against you. And that's one of the secret society missions that he uncovered. So you can understand when people start talking about Masons and it ain't no such thing as no Mason that ain't no pale skin, unless you wanted that Prince Hall demonstration. But it's all slavery. These are the gods of Europe. Man's God today is not his God tomorrow, because God simply means ruler of the land. God, ye are God, in Genesis 34:36. Either way, look it up yourself. We need to just educate ourselves in a lot of things that we don't know and stop accepting what we were given. And I will say it again. That European man came to your land with a plan. He had a Bible in his hand. He got you down on your knees and he continued to stand. When he allowed you to get up, you had the Bible and he had the land. And you still here under the iron hand, pressure of that European man, not understanding a damn thing about what was done to you. Because you stuck talking about the Bible and Hebrew Israelites and all this rapture stuff that ain't gonna save you. It ain't got no saving power. And can't nobody save you but you. And that's what Drew Ali teaches you. Go on in there and save yourself. Proclaim your nationality before the government in which you live in the nations of the earth so you can be a free national. Get your proper ID so you can stand in propria persona so that those codes and statutes do not apply. And that you do have a right under everything that is human. Because right now you're not even attached to the human family as a black and an African American. They don't recognize that. They say you property of the corporation. So if there's anything, come in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking about this. We call it the Book of Fire. It's called the Noble Drew Ali, Exhument of a Nation. And the book is being pirated. We can get you the book for $79, but if you see it for a whole lot more than that, it's being pirated. Sold by those who wrote the book, the source, for $79. And any place else, it's being pirated. They don't want you to get this book. And if you got a Bible in your home and you don't know what this is, and it don't matter if you're European or Asiatic, it ain't no more than two races on the planet, and they're both human. One is the hybrid of the other, whether you want to believe that or not, because we was on this planet mud long before they existed. That's the reason why they call certain portions of history the Dark Ages, because they can't account for it because they weren't here. Or they weren't civilized by us yet in order to be able to count those days as history. Akubalan, the true and divine name of Africa, the full continent of Asia, which gives us our name, Asiatic. Those are our true origins. And long before they came up with this Septuagint and these stories about Noah and the ark and the flood, the great earthquake separated the continent, because we sojourned before then and walked from land to the four corners of the earth, from Africa to the Americas before the break in the land. We didn't have to take to no water. We can go from one place to the next without ever crossing the sea. Then came the great earthquake, separated the two continents. Now we got a continental divide, should I say. So know your history, know your truth, should I say, and not just his story. So we got a lot to make up for, to unlearn.
You ain't lying.
All right, well, I love all of y'all.
I enjoyed that.
I love all of y'all, and I want y'all to understand. Keep in touch, because I'll be back, and I definitely am going to speak more on this book, and I'm going to keep bringing up the issue because we don't have a whole lot of time. They're closing it out, and black people are getting ready to be extinct. So proclaim your free national name so that you can live a legacy. And do it as soon as possible. And if you need to learn how, I'll teach you how. And it won't cost you a daggone penny other than buying that book. Because you can learn without me. All you got to do is buy the book. But if you need my help, free of charge. Get at me. I'm about to end this live. And anybody that want to be a friend, I'll follow back. Peace to the gods.
All right, have a good night.